And I'm just thinking back to before I ever really understood or necessarily believed in channeling, when I first heard about it. So maybe you could describe for people that maybe aren't as familiar and
Sure.
maybe even skeptical about like what the experience is like and how you would describe it and how you would describe what's happening.
Well, I also in the videos that are there, it tells you, how I started and why it happened, and it's nothing that I asked for. Although I do teach people how to channel now, so I do know because I've been doing it for so long. I can actually support you. Everybody has an opportunity to. Uh, Everybody has gifts, and their gifts are sometimes utilized and sometimes not. Sometimes you're afraid of your own gifts, and so we get information from other dimensions, other energies, other experiences in different ways. And some call it intuition, some people call it connection, some people call it a lot of things, empathic abilities. And it's feelings that you get, perhaps. Some people are clairsentient, clairsavant, clairaudient, clairvoyant, but you get a knowing or a feeling, or uh, and you act on that or not, or you feel other people and you don't know what to do with it. So a lot of people shut those down. They shut that capacity down because everybody has them. And maybe they've learned through the years, don't do that. It's scary, or we don't understand it, or, what is, you don't want to utilize that. People are going to think you're crazy. All of our little friends we had when we were little. And so we've been taught perhaps through the years that that's not okay, and we shut it down, or it's just too overwhelming for some of us. And so trans channeling is what Shamanaste is, where it's a different way of communicating, and it's just allowing fifth. My particular thing is it's not mediumship. It's a little different than being a medium. Mediumship is where you go to fourth dimension, which is oftentimes your loved ones, people that their unique signature is still there, and they want to connect with that unique signature that was their loved one, and they want to be able to connect again and know that all is well, right? So that's not what I do. I do fifth dimension and beyond, which is Shamanaste, which are avatars and teachers, and it's a soul group. So it's fifth dimension and beyond, whether you believe it or not. It's just another perspective. You could look at it as it's just a way of connecting to a different perspective. And you can take what you want and throw away the rest, right? You get, if you're looking for connection or upliftment or guidance or direction, those types of things, it's just another tool in your toolbox to be able to expand your own consciousness and just know again that all is well, and perhaps um, create even more of what you want in your life from. It's like asking your dad or your mom, right? What do I do? Or am I doing it right? Those are the lot of questions that we get oftentimes, but it's a way of giving permission. And maybe you're the kind of person that you don't, you totally follow everything that you are given. In other words, maybe you have intuition and you always act on it. Great, because your intuition's always right. That's great. And it also creates an energy with the people that you're with, to know that you're not crazy and that you're not, and you're with people of like mind. And as you know, when there's people of like mind that come together and support each other, it expands and it makes it easier for everyone. And you realize that you're not alone. And I think right now that is most important for most of us, especially with what's happening in the world, is that we've been isolated. We've been let go. We've been just not physically even connected with people. And so there's a longing that people have to know that when's this all going to end? What's going to happen? Why is this happening? All of those questions of why. Why am I here? What's my purpose? All those kinds of esoteric type of um, transactional questions that we may have about if I do this and what happens that, those types of things. So it's a really great way of experiencing perhaps just a way of finding your roadmap, giving you another set of directions or GPS for your own soul and your own connection so that you can explore that in a way that's safe and easy. So it's not about coming up against anybody's belief system. It's just an opening and an awareness of maybe perhaps there's another way of looking at it.